Welcome to all PSCFY students. Myself, Mr. Kali Amol Dilipra. Today I am going to teach you chemical bonding. This is the important topic for BSCFY student, as this topic consists of basic concepts like what is meant by bond, ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond. Similarly, this topic consists of some important points like hybridization, valence bond theory, molecular orbital theory. So firstly we have to learn what is meant by the chemical bond. As we know that matter is composed by the combination of atoms of same or different elements. In the molecule, that atoms are held together by a known force of attraction, which is called as a chemical bond. That means in between the atoms, while atoms combine together form a molecule, means that in that molecule there is a specific bond occurs, and that bonds will help to atoms to held together by known force of attraction. In 1961, Kissel, Lewis and Langmuir proposed the theory based on electronic structure of atoms, which is known as electronic theory of valency or octet theory. The two atoms same or different which forms molecule, and this molecule will form either by interacting atoms by losing electrons or by gaining electrons by sharing of electrons. That means we can form a bond either by sharing of electrons, gaining of electrons or by losing of electrons. So, there are mainly three types of chemical bond forms between two atoms either by loose, gain or sharing of electrons. There are mainly three types of chemical bonds: ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bonds. While seeing the three types of chemical bonds, the first one is the ionic bond. This word also indicates the which consists of ions formations. Now, firstly, we have to know what is meant by the chemical bond. Chemical bond is formed by transfer of one or more valence electrons from electropositive atom to electronegative atom, so that both acquire the noble gas electronic configuration. It is also called it is electrostatic force of attraction between oppositely charged ions. Ionic bond is commonly found in inorganic compounds. Example: sodium chloride, barium chloride, aluminum trichloride, potassium chloride. Now, the definition of ionic bond indicates that the loss of electron and gain of electron will form two types of ions, cation and anions. Similarly, the word indicate electropositive and electronegative elements. Firstly, we have to know what is meant by the electropositive elements. Electropositive elements are those elements, metals, which have a tendency to donate electron, and after donating electron, that electropositive metal will acquire a positively charged, and that positively charged ion is called as the cation. While another word electronegative, the electronegative metals are tendency to accept the electrons, and by accepting electrons it will acquire an extra electron which gets a negatively charged ion and called as the anion. Now see in this figure how the cation and anion formation takes place. Now see the example of sodium chloride. Now see sodium which having a one outermost electron, and the chlorine which having the seven outermost electrons. In order to acquire a noble gas electron configuration, either sodium have to donate electron and chlorine have to accept the electron. Means sodium loses the electron and chlorine accept the electron, and as we know sodium lose the electron which forms the sodium cation, and chlorine gets electron, that means it's form a chloride ion. After formation of the sodium cation and chlorine anion, that means it indicates that there is a two charge ions form, positively charged cation and negative charge anion. Here in sodium chloride, sodium positive and chloride negative. As we know, there is the two oppositely charged ion forms. There is the there is must be a force of electrostatic attraction when two oppositely charged ions. That means this oppositely charged ion gets electrostatic force of attraction which held together by a bond known as the ionic bond. These are the more examples where the ionic bond formation occurs, like magnesium oxide, lithium fluoride, and lithium sulfide. Now, these are some characteristics of ionic bonds. Ionic bond is also called as electrovalent bond. They are non-volatile, soluble in water, and possesses high melting point and boiling point. Their aqueous solution conducts electric current. As we know that sodium chloride, potassium chloride, these are the inorganic compounds. When they soluble, which in water, will get a positively charged ion and negatively charged cation and anion forms. So this is the characteristic of ionic bond. Now second type of bond, that is a covalent bond. Now definition of covalent, it is defined as a bond which is formed by sharing of one or more pair of electrons between the atoms in a molecule. This type of bond is formed by equal sharing of electron. Both the atoms contribute one electron each and share resulting pair of electrons. Means whenever the covalent bond occurs, there is a mutually sharing of electron takes place between the two atoms which form a bond known as the covalent bond. Like example, hydrogen molecule, methane molecule, ammonia molecule. Now how the covalent bond formation takes place? Now see here in this figure, the atom A is which is non-metal and atom 2 is non-metal or metalloid. Now see, in the atom A we have 7 electrons, while similarly in atom B we have also 7 electrons. In order to complete octet, both require 1 electron each. So so in this condition, both will mutually understand and takes a 1 electron, mutually shares the electron, which forms a covalent bond. Now see in this figure, the both the unpaired electrons will mutually sharing each other, and sharing of this available valence electron will form the covalent molecule. Now see in this the form is the simplest example of formation of hydrogen molecule which consists of a covalent bond. Now see in both the hydrogen atom, each electron they having, and both electron in order to octet it required one electron, so it will mutually sharing the electron which forms the hydrogen molecule and which having a covalent bond. This is another examples of covalent bond formation, water molecule and ammonia molecule. These are the characteristics of covalent bond. Covalent bond is commonly found in organic compound. The covalent compounds are volatile, generally insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents. They possess low melting and boiling points, and their aqueous solution does not conduct electric current. So, from this topic, we studied two types of bond, ionic bond and covalent bond. The ion in the ionic bond, firstly the inorganic compounds which forms the ions by losing electron and by gaining electron forms the cation and anion, and whenever the two oppositely charged ion forms, they'll they will get a force of attraction which forms a bond known as ionic bond. While in case of covalent bond, both the atoms mutually shares the electron and which forms a covalent bond. Thank you.